Well, hello there and thanks for joining me. I said I really liked the Mixed Championship a lot in one of my previous videos, and it looks like they actually took notice, as this week's trial is also a mixed one. If you want to always be one step in front of any other YouTuber and don't want to miss any of my other predictions, subscribe now. For this trial called I Say 10, we also get to choose any car. The downside is that it needs to be S2 class, with a mixed adventure. Let's say I have mixed feelings about this one. For safety reasons, I took the BAC Mono. It handles very well on road. It can be a little slippery on other surfaces, but still manageable. Or at least I hope so. And I must admit that this time I actually practiced one of the races. I usually don't do this, but this time I thought it was required to choose a correct car. And to be honest, I would have taken a completely different car if I would not have done this. And it would have been a catastrophe, I think. It was during my practice run, so it would have been this time too, I think. But more on that later. For now, we start with the first race, which happens to be the Bamberg Pinewood Trail. A dirt point-to-point race. We have a very mixed set of cars. An Abarth, even a Bone Shaker, a couple of Lambos, a Mosler and my BAC. We start, and I take the outside, which is a risky move. I go through a couple of drivatars, but then Garfield, out of all cats, blocks me twice, costing me a lot of places. Back down to 10th place, but luckily I won't be there for long. And it looks like a lot of people have a lot less grip than my car has. On the other hand, my car is not too bad, even on these slippery dirt tracks. I passed most of the drivatars, at least the ones that were at the back of the race, and now I can start making my way through the human pack. The little Abarth went a little bit in too hot and does a little wall ride, but to be honest, I think he just hit the wall and then had some trouble getting away from it. And I have some trouble getting past these two, but for now I can keep up, and then I can come in front a little bit, but then just fly away. Let's hope the straight is not too long, as my top speed is quite slow compared to other S2 cars. Well, maybe not the Abarth though. Looking at the minimap, I can get more distance between me and them, and I'm also catching up with the two in front. I brake late, well, maybe a little bit too late, but the little punt, well, that just smashes me into the wall head first. Now I have to complete the rest of the race with a bloody nose. The two in front battle it out in the corner, and they have a little moment. Grill spins out, he must be cursing worse than Samuel L. Jackson right about now. But that does grant me second place for now. So I'm cheering like a cheerleader, a monkey with a banana, I don't know. Hit the wall, plow through the field, but can recover. That's what I get for trying to dance inside my little cockpit, of course. So let's see if I can cling on to my place on this slippery slope. And we head to the last corner, and I forget to shift, and I even shift back while I shouldn't have. But all of that doesn't matter at all, as it has no effect on my place, and I cross the finish line in second place, only bested by a drivatar. Oh, the shame. But I take comfort in knowing that his colleagues tried to block me at the start of the race. Apart from that one drivatar in front, we have second to sixth place, which is more than sufficient for winning this race. It went a lot smoother than I expected, and I am very pleased with myself. The guy in last place makes up a couple of places during the final stage and manages to finish in 9th place. 1 point for the human team, one more point and we are victorious. And now we come to the reason of my practice runs. We go cross country in S2 on the aerodrome cross-country circuit. To even survive this, you need a car that can at least turn a little bit on the grass. I tried several cars, but the BAC Mono was the only one that did not end up sideways every other turn. So That's why I took this noob car. Yes, I know it is just that, but it is a noob car because it is one of the easiest to handle cars. And since this is S2 with a cross-country race, I did not want to take any gamble. I went for the easy way out. Now, let's see if that also means I can get a decent place. Starting on the very last position. And, well, although things look rather messy, I am baffled by the fact that not all of us end up in one big pile of bent metal. Very little touching, we give each other space, and even the driver seemed to leave us alone for a change. Just as in the previous race, we passed most of the drivatars and now can work our way through the pack of team members. A very messy corner. We head towards the containers and I slow down to not hit the colleague in front, but the bone shaker is less patient and just hits me, causing me to hit the one in front, and both of us go, well, a little bit too fast for the next section with the nasty corner. The debris helped me slow down enough to be able to take the corner, and now I have two drivatars in front, but, well, they were more concerned with practicing their dance moves or something, so I can fly by with a little help from my friends, you know, the walls. Only one drivatar that actually can get points at this moment, so for now we own this race. Krill in front seems to have a little moment, and then also a little wall ride. He must think he's skateboarding, doing wall grind tricks. And, well, actually he tries that again inside the container passage with a less fortunate result. Thanks to the speed gods for ghosting, otherwise I would have been stuck behind him. Again, just cleaning up on aisle 3 to have my car stopped in time for the final corner. And we start the third lap in second place. First place is not that far ahead, seems doable. But then this jump messes up my run and I slow down so I can go through the concrete pipe. Not too bad, but it does mess up my run somehow and I spin out. I hit the wall. I back out, restart, and hit another piece of wall. I want to go just a little bit too fast like we tend to do after a mistake. Also messes up a little bit this next corner, but then I regain control and I am very lucky that the bone shaker actually goes over while I duck underneath. I almost hit the wall but can brake to get my next corner. On to the penultimate lap in fourth place. Will I be able to recover any of the places, or will I drop down even further? And it seems that, well, some drivatars are just hitting the same piece of wall like the zombies they are. For sure, brain dead. The Abarth also goes for the wall ride solution to this corner problem. And it seems that the drivatar in second place just joined the zombie horde. Our team is the unstoppable force while they compete against the immovable object. I guess we're winning this one. This race is actually famous for messing up the drivatars. I'm back in third place and I spin out. Well, not completely, but I started spinning, counter-steered too hard. I could just keep it inside the checkpoint, so that was a little bit of luck. And, well, again, the Abarth seems to be wall riding, and he now too tries his little trick inside the tunnel. He goes out, luckily, but somehow still manages to push my car to the side. I fully steer to the right to make the checkpoint, but that also means I can no longer avoid the wall. And then he passes me. And, well, I am having none of that and use the wall to finish in front of him. How naughty of me. Again, I should be very ashamed, but I'm not. I finish in second place. Choke on this, little Abarth. But, honestly, very good driving from him, being able to get third place. Almost second, more so when considering his PI is only 915. The results, Team Drivatar is no more. They are all dead, drooling against the container wall, wanting some fresh brains, as they seem to have lost their own. Another point for us as we head towards the final race. A race, dare I say it again, for honor only. And for our final race, we have a point-to-point road race. It is the Cotswold Super Sprint, which features quite long straights, or at least mostly flat-out parts. Will my BAC Mono suffer in this race because of its low top speed, or will it shine because it can keep up its top speed during the fast corners? I start in third place, just like the first race, and again that is third place of the human players, of course. And well, this race starts with a 90-degree corner just after the start. How messy will it be? This time I decide to take it to the inside, and I also actually have the handling to keep on the left side. And it doesn't take very long for me to end up in second place. The hunt is on. We go for first place. And this section is fun. Oh, so much fun. Hardly any slowing down, and we go on and on. Maybe a better driver would even be able to take those corners flat out, but I do lift my foot from time to time, ever so slightly, to make sure that I can actually make the corners. Team member right on my tail as he tries to take out the drivatar. And then we keep more or less information. Drivatar in front and Frill in third place. All very close to one another. Another 90-degree corner and another little slide for me. But again, I can keep it in check. Well, I admit the learning process goes slow with this one. And now he swerves right in front of me when I am about to pass him. Sneaky bastard. But I am able to pass him up in first place. And strangely enough, looking at the minimap, this time I can't outbrake him. While usually they brake a lot earlier than we do, now he even seems to catch up a little. Also the next corner, he takes it just as fast as I do. But then can't match the acceleration of my little rocket as I'm launched towards the finish line. Krill says nice driving, and I must admit that I defended my honor well in this last race. The trial was actually quite nice. I did enjoy the mixed races, although I'm still not a big fan of the cross-country races. But this time it was also very easy, a whole lot easier than I anticipated, especially with the S2 class cars. When I first heard we would be doing road, dirt and cross-country in S2 class cars, I was very worried, but apparently there was no reason whatsoever. Nevertheless, I am glad I did do the practice run as my BAC Mono performed very well. We obliterated Team Drivatar for a third time. We get 3 points in this co-op championship, and that means we also get to take home this very special Volkswagen. That's it for this week's trial called I Say 10. If you enjoyed it, please save the rainforest, stop the climate problem by pressing all the right buttons right now. Not sure how they are connected, but there for sure is some metaphysical way in which they are related. So press them now and see you next week.